everybody, and welcome to Breaking Bread. I'm Mary Hammonds. I'm with Barbara Rawls, and my guest today is LaShan Allen. We're going to start out this morning with a prayer. LaShan is going to lead us in a prayer, and we'll go from there.
Okay, let's bow our heads and have a moment of prayer. God, we just want to first thank you for waking us up this morning in our right frame of mind. God, we want to thank you for fellowship, friends, and faith. God, we want to thank you for getting us through another night because we were not promised today. And God, we just ask this bond of friendship, of fellowship, to be what you will have it to be. And God, just continue to guide us, our friends, and our family, and just keep us safe. God, we love you and we need you. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for that, LaShan.
Can we have a fellowship song?
Sure, if you feel that,
Okay.
sure.
Alexa, play Shackles by Mary Mary.
Shackles, Praise You by Mary Mary on Amazon Music.
I tell her to stop it like this. Alexa tells me everything. The weather, music, whatever.
At one point in time, I thought you were talking about.
You know, we have Alexa all over the house. She tells us, I can bring it to her. Alexa, how hot is it outside? She said, so.
You like to be talked to.
Yeah.
They don't have an Alexa.
I have
Yeah,
got
when
one
you
here.
get that's coming down. Yeah.
Black Friday was like $20. Amazon and Walmart will have them like for $29. I don't know. But
Yes, we know. Okay, go ahead.
Alexa, stop music. Alexa, stop music.
Thank you so much for Alexa and Mary this morning.
Wow.
Awesome. LaShan, can you please tell us a little bit more about yourself? Please introduce.
Introduce me?
Yes,
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Beautiful LaShan.
Yeah, beautiful LaShan. I'm LaShan Allen. I've been in Statesboro since '93 by way of Louisville, Georgia.
So
that's
you're actually not from Bullock
not from
County.
Bullock County, not from Statesboro. I came here from Louisville, Georgia for Georgia Southern.
Okay.
GSU. GSU. Went to Georgia Southern and graduated in '97. Met my ex-husband in '98. Then went back to GSU, graduated again in '02. Had Cameron in '04. Graduated again from in '06, and then again in 2013.
What was all these times? What did you graduate from?
In '07, it was a BS in public relations, and I worked for the hospital, hospital in Augusta, for a year doing PR.
Okay.
In '02, it was marketing, and I was a drug rehab counselor at Winona Hospital.
Wow.
And my clientele I was primarily referred to patients that were primarily wealthy white women from the Macon area. I don't know why it was always the Macon area. They were addicted to prescription drugs.
Okay.
And then after a year of that, my clientele became very, very wealthy teens that were addicted to like crack cocaine. Wealthy teens. I'm talking about teens that are used to having a Mercedes at age 15, 16. And mom and dad had lots and lots of money. They were primarily, white boys.
Okay.
And then from there, I volunteered in the school system, and that's how I became a teacher.
Okay.
That's what I
So
volunteered.
ask you about that because you were a school teacher
Yeah.
also.
And then in '04, I went and got my master's in education, and in '13, I became an education specialist. In 13.
Okay. A lot of education.
Why
A
education?
lot of education.
A lot of
We had a lot of education. And then why education, since you brought that up?
Because I got tired of seeing that myth about us. We can't read. We don't achieve well. And it was primarily black boys. And it was always black boys. And after dealing with those white boys that was addicted to these prescription drugs like methamphetamines and crack cocaine, I said, you know what? I want to work with our boys.
Right.
And so that kind of led me to teaching.
Okay.
That kinda led me to teaching. So I guess from drug rehab to teaching, so that kind of led me there.
Where are you currently teaching at now?
Claxton Middle School.
Claxton.
Claxton, and I return tomorrow.
Oh, y'all go
Okay.
back tomorrow.
I'm 10.5-month contract. If you're a teacher, you either get a 10-month contract, a 10.5-month contract, and administrators on up, they get an 11-month contract. So, and I'm a 10.5-month contract. So that means I go before everybody else, and I leave like a week after everybody else.
That's good information to know because I never even knew that
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
on that contract. That's really good.
I'm 200 days, and The standard teacher is 190 days, and admin, they're like 205 days.
So that's where the subs be coming in for the days that you guys are actually not
Mhm.
on the contract. Okay.
Mhm. Now, how long you been teaching?
This is year 20.
Wow.
Yeah, 2000.
So young.
No, I'm just.
How long you started teaching? 12?
Yeah. I just look amazing. Very vain and selfish. I look amazing.
Yes, you do.
Wow.
But it's my 20th year as a Georgia educator. I started in 20.
Okay.
I'm in 2000,
Okay.
and now this is 2020, 21, and so I have 10 years left.
Oh, wow.
I'm
And you out.
You're gonna return.
I am.
Yes.
I have no desire to go and work part-time. I have no, and then, you know, things may change in 10 years, who knows? But right now, if this was 10 years from today, I don't have a desire to go and work in the system.
Okay.
I would do something like work part-time, like retail,
Okay.
something like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to sit still, but I
Okay.
would do something like that. Education has put a real big sour taste on my tongue.
Okay.
Like,
Can
right
you-
now, it's a means to an end. I don't love it like I used to.
Okay, can you elaborate on us with that a little bit and tell us also what grade are you teaching?
Yeah.
I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students with disabilities.
Okay.
I'm an autism specialist. So if you have autism or you have any kind of learning disabilities, and there could be 12 different things that we look at, then you come to me and I assess you to see where you're strong at, where you're weak at, and then from there, I help determine which placement you go into. Are you gonna go into the regular classes with the other kids?
Mhm.
Are you gonna stay in a special needs classroom? Are you going to do half and half? What are we gonna do for you? So that's my primary job. And because I deal primarily with kids with disabilities, legally I'm protected by the numbers. I can only have so many. Like I think I have 10 or 12 this year, and I have 2 helpers. I have 2 paraprofessionals that work with me.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good, that's good.
So how are you preparing, how is the classroom preparing for the distant learning, the C-19 that's going on? How you going on to you?
Well, tomorrow we go in for all the leadership, because I'm team leadership. I'm on leadership team. We go in for these 2-day workshop to kind of finish ironing things out. But right now, the teachers we have to wear masks in the hallways, in the common areas, which is hallways, cafeteria, places where a lot of kids are there. But in the classroom, we don't have to have on a mask, which I agree with, because it's super hard to teach with a mask on. You can't instruct and communicate with kids if they can't clearly understand you. So we don't have to have a mask on in the classroom.
But you are taking precaution, like checking temps and.
Yeah, they
things
have
like
the temp checks before they get on the bus.
Oh,
Groups of kids that'll come from the same household, from the same family, they're gonna be seated together on the bus. Whereas
Okay.
before you can kind of sit where you want to sit.
Right.
They're gonna do 2 bus runs. And this is what we were told. You know, again, we get all the final things tomorrow at our meeting.
okay.
They're going to, kids are not required to wear masks. They're not required to wear masks. But lunches are gonna be already set up for them, whereas before they would go in and fix their plates.
Right,
Now it's gonna already, when they get in the cafeteria, it's gonna already be fixed for them.
okay.
They just
Okay.
grab and go, grab it and go to the table.
Okay.
And they added an extra lunch shift to kind of curb, the crowds in the cafeteria.
Oh, wow.
In the elementary school, the kids stay in the same classroom all day. Like if you're a third, and they call it self-contained. If you're in the 3rd grade, instead of going to 2 different teachers, for one teacher for English and social studies, you stay with her all day long.
Okay.
In middle school, what we're going to do is, when the 6th grade change class, 7th and 8th grade sit still.
Okay.
And then the 7th grade will change.
Okay.
And then the 8th grade will change. So we kind of, they stagger the schedule a little bit. They just kind of make some common sense changes. And if we're going in under green status, and if we turn to yellow status, that means we shut down for 3 days. If we go to red status, we shut down for 14 days. Now,
That's
what
good
determines the
information.
status is, we don't know yet.
Right.
And who determines what status we're at, we don't know yet.
Right.
But the governor has decided that he is no longer going to mandate what schools do. Like he mandated the schools closed. He's leaving it to the individual school superintendent.
Okay.
So now, if we're shut down, Bullock County may still be going strong, or vice versa, because now it's not a state issue, it's not a government, it's on each district, each school superintendent can decide how they want to proceed. The biggest problem we have in Davis County is technology. We have people that don't have technology at home.
That's hard, that's
yeah.
gotta be hard.
That's gonna be the biggest challenge. So I think they're trying to figure out, because I know in some of the bigger cities, places like things of people like Comcast and these big internet providers, they went in and they offer either free internet or
Right,
greatly
okay.
reduced internet to
I know in
people,
Atlanta they did.
so they can have internet at home.
Yeah, 'cause that's important, that's a big thing. If you ain't got that, then it's hard to try to get the kids to, if you do go lockdown again, it's gonna be hard to be able to get them the information that they need.
And honestly, I'm just thinking about some of the kids I've come in contact with that we have at our school. The responsibility of keeping up a computer at home, they don't have.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't feel comfortable sending all my 9 home with a computer because I don't know how that computer's gonna come back to school.
Right.
And so I see it more as a lose-lose. Even if they have the technology, what we've also realized is they don't know how to use it. And then there's nobody home to teach it.
Okay.
And and then there's like my personal son, he's going back face to face. And I'm thankful that he's 16, he's in the 11th grade, and that, at this age in life, he kind of knows how to keep himself safe.
Right.
And then he has enough cahoots to know how to work a computer because we have a computer at home.
Right.
But Cameron needs face to face. I mean, he needs direct instruction. He needs to sit in the classroom.
Yeah.
I don't want to be at Claxton Middle School all day and him in the house trusting him on the computer. I don't.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he knows about masks and he knows how to keep himself safe. So he's going to school. He's going. You decide for your household, but for my household, he's going. And that's why. But I'm happy he's not 6 in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that because that would be a different decision for me. Because he wouldn't know how to protect himself as well, and he wouldn't know how to, sit still and do stuff. But he's 16, honey. He's going, but he wants to go. We talked about it a couple nights ago, and he said, "I want to go face to face." So he wants to go.
Besides schools teacher, I know that you teach in Zumba, and you're also a member of the NAACP.
Yeah.
We talk about that a little bit, and tell us how you came about that, because I have taken some of them Zumba classes, and you be in it.
That's right. That's right. Even though my body was not reflected, it is okay. I started doing Zumba as a student, maybe in 2009. A friend of mine invited me to a Zumba class at 180 Fitness, and I went, and I fell in love with it. I'm like, oh my God, we're dancing and sweating, and enjoying. And I said, this is exercise. You kidding me? Because I didn't like step. Every time I took yoga, I would just pass all kinds of gas. So, yoga's that's not for me. That's not, I do weights, and I have weights that I lift at home, and I do stuff at home, but I needed something that would make me want to come and go, so I did it religiously, and I loved it.
Okay.
My first teacher, her name was Alicia, she was a college student. She left and graduated, went back to Atlanta.
Okay.
Then we got Margaret, and Margaret was young, white, this big, and but her class was fun. I'm like, okay, now this white woman can dance, she got this,
That's
I
the thing, being able to
and I
keep
said,
up
honey,
with
she
that.
must,
Yeah,
in
keep
her
going.
former life, she must was a pole dancer or a stripper. But she was really good, so I got addicted to Margaret's class. And then Margaret got pregnant, and she decided that she was gonna do another class. It's called bar. It's another kind of class called bar. And so they kept looking for fill-ins. And by now we're at 2017, and I kept saying, you know what, I want to do it. I want to fill in for Margaret. But you have to be certified. And so I was scared to get certified. Like, you know what, they're not going to listen to me because I'm 40 plus. They're not going to. I said, these people are, 30 under or in their early 20s, they're not going to come to me. They don't want to, you got Margaret and you had Alicia and you had Ron, and these are all young people, they all, fit and firm and firm, So